Well, welcome everyone to Start Peninsula's information session for May 2023 as we get ready to kick off the second half of the year. My name is Tim Ryan, been involved with the program from its inception long ago, and we continue to evolve the program and make it better. I'm also joined by Andrew Walston. He has been helping out for the last year, and he will keep me in line and provide links and correct at anything that I'm missing. So awesome. Hey Bob, thanks for joining. So yeah, Start Peninsula, May 2023. This is we had the first two micro pitches. We typically take a little summer break so that we're not competing against vacations and summer vacations and all that kind of thing. So we'll jump right in with the overview. So what is Start Peninsula? Start Peninsula is a platform to validate your business idea. So the idea with that, before you quit your job, before you take a second mortgage out on your home, max out credit cards, or put yourself at any potential risk, Start Peninsula is the place for you to validate this is something that is worth pursuing. Now, that said, it's not the end all be all for everything. This is just a competition, a instance that you can use as a mechanism to gain that feedback. But this is in addition to that, this is a great opportunity for you to enter the ecosystem within Hampton Roads. So once you have validation, then you can start moving forward, and your path ahead will become more and more clear. But we'll get into that here in a slide or two. But who can participate in Start Peninsula? Anybody with a business idea or that has an early stage business. Despite what the name may say, Start Peninsula, as long as you are located within the 757 region of Hampton Roads, you are able to participate. Thanks to the sponsors of Start Peninsula that are located on the peninsula: City of Hampton, Newport News, York County, James City County, City of Williamsburg, and York County. They are the ones who provide the funding for this. So that is why it is called Start Peninsula. So anybody within 757 can participate. Now, we want to ensure that the competition is as fair as possible. So there is no prior accelerator companies. If you've not, you cannot have raised any capital. So for example, if somebody went through 757 Accelerate, they received $20,000 of the funding that they provide. You validated your business idea enough to get into an accelerator. So if you were to come here and participate in Start Peninsula, we really view that as a step backwards as opposed to the initial step that you need to take so that you can move forward. So no prior accelerator companies, and you cannot have raised capital. Friends and family is a different story. And if you have applied or plan to apply, that will be a question on the application, just to see, one, if you raise capital, and if so, how much. But we want to keep things fair across the board. What types of companies are we looking for? We are looking for scalable companies that can scale in terms of revenue or the number of employees that that the company can become. And we're looking for companies that are doing things different. Yeah, how are you innovating this your segment? How are you challenging the status quo? How are you disrupting something? We're not looking for, hey, we're going to open up a new insurance company or real estate agency or something like that. We want something that is new, that's innovative, that is going to do some sort of disruption. But those are the people that can participate. The big thing is that it's not just a tech competition. That was a stereotype that we had for the first several years that we were trying to debunk. I think that we've done a really great job with that. So that said, we've had a lot of success stories along the way. Really, really proud of the companies that have participated and what they have become. So we did have a deal on Shark Tank, and that was Safety Nailer. They ended up getting a deal with Mark Cuban, Lori Grenier, and a guest judge that I can't remember right now, but that was neat to see. As I said before, this is the platform to validate your business idea, and this will chart your pathway forward. So a lot of companies have gone on to go to the next step, which is to go through an accelerator so that you can learn to scale, validate your business even further, get those first customers, and prepare your company to become more and more investable, if you will. The very first year of Start Peninsula, we had Buskey Cider that participated, and since then he has gone on to create the second largest hard apple cidery in Virginia, only second to Bold Rock. So that is a great success story. We had a White House appearance during Entrepreneurship Week a few years back, and we have surpassed $34 million in capital raised from participants that have gone through Start Peninsula, through the program, and that total continues to grow. It's really, really great to see that what we've been able to do and how we've been able to change lives and the trajectory of businesses and founders that just had an idea of what is this even something that that's possible, that is worth pursuing. So it's great to see. The process to participate in Start Peninsula is it's pretty straightforward. So first thing that you got to do, everybody has to apply to pitch. Everything can be found on startpeninsula.com. Andrew can throw the apply to pitch link in chat, but that is just we just need to verify really quickly, hey, what is your business? What's it about? Making sure that this being sponsored and funded by local government, we want to make sure that all the businesses are above board, that we are going to be proud to provide that seed funding for, and that it essentially passes the inside business or the gosh, I'm drawing a blank on what the newspaper publication is now. It used to be Daily Press, but the Virginia Pilot, making sure that it passes that test. This is the world that we live into today. But you apply, your application is approved. We generally turn that around within 24 hours. And then you're going to be approved to quote unquote purchase your ticket. We'll give you the links to do all that. That's on Eventbrite. And the reason that we use purchase in quotations is because starting last year, we changed things to improve the process. So if you attend Pitch Perfect and then you participate in the micro pitch competition, then we will refund you the cost of your ticket. That's been a great, it's been really, really well received. It's been a great step forward. What that comes down to is that we're not a platform that is paying people to pitch their business. Ticket sales from those pitch tickets, that was never part of our a revenue stream for us. The only reason that we had pitch tickets for purchase was we wanted to make sure that the founders had skin in the game, and quite honestly, to make sure that you show up. We do sell out every single micro pitch competition, so to make sure that we maximize the number of pitching slots that we have available for each event, that's really, really important. So if you attend Pitch Perfect, attend the micro pitch competition, then we refund the $50 pitch reservation. And that's worked out, like I said, it's worked out really, really well for us. And it promotes people to attend Pitch Perfect. That is transformational for those businesses. We'll get into that in a little bit in terms of how important that is. You go through the micro pitch competition, and assuming you go through Pitch Perfect, you'll represent yourself really, really well at micro pitch, and the top 3 participants of each micro pitch then advance on to the final pitch event that will be held in November. And then that rounds everything out. So why did we do, why, I guess looking back, this used to be a weekend pitch competition that took place in the beginning of November. And the problem that we faced was somebody pitched on Friday, they worked on their business over the course of a weekend, they pitched again on Sunday night, the judges awarded the prizes, and then it was done. Monday morning came around, everybody was really jazzed because they won some seed funding, but they still didn't really know how to start their business. They didn't know what to do next, or maybe they won the prize and they're like, wow, this is a whole lot harder than I thought, and we're just going to give up and just take the money. So that's why we changed it to the micro pitch competition, so that we have the first one in March, we had the second one in April. And the whole idea is we want people to continue to work on that business throughout the course of the entire year. So that way, when it comes to November for the championship pitch, people have been working on that business. If they have any questions, if they need assistance, they reach out to us. We can set them up with mentors. But the whole idea is we want people to continue to work on that business and show that they're moving forward, so that way, they're on the pathway moving forward. The other thing that we did before, when it was a weekend pitch competition, there was no pitch perfects, and let's just say the pitches were less than par. So we did add the pitch perfect component, and so now we have by design we have a pitch perfect set up 2 weeks before each micro pitch event, and that is to teach you the elements of your pitch. It goes over the rubric of what the judges are going to be using during these micro pitch competitions. And there's not any secrets in place, because quite frankly, you're going to be using all of this information the entire time that you are a founder and that you are moving forward with your venture. I said it a few minutes ago, Pitch Perfect it's transformational in terms of your business, because we're going to teach you everything that you need to know. It's an extremely low threat environment for people to participate in. Everybody checks their ego at the door. You get the opportunity to learn with the elements, but then practice your pitch, and you get real-time feedback. I teach the class along with Gary Plegg, and Gary has been a communications coach for many, many, many years over the course of a couple decades, teaching at places like George Mason, William and Mary, Appalachian State. So he takes everything from the performance communication aspect. I look at everything from the business aspect. We put those two things together, and the outcomes really speak for themselves. 7 out of 10 finalists have all historically attended Pitch Perfect, and 2 of the 3 winners in November have attended Pitch Perfect as well. We can dial in the people that participate in Pitch Perfect, and we really go above and beyond helping people in between that two weeks, so they have time to tweak and practice, and we'll provide them feedback so that they continue to hone in those skills. And it is a real night and day difference. You can tell when you tune in on micro pitch nights. You can tell without even knowing who participated in Pitch Perfect and who did not. But the next Pitch Perfect is scheduled for August 30th, and that is 2 weeks before the micro pitch competition, and then September The one in October 25th, that is designed just for the people that are going to be participating in the championship pitch event in November. But we want to set everybody up for success and give them the tools that they need in order to be successful. So what are the rules of the micro pitch? As I mentioned before with the process, you have to apply to pitch. You deposit your $50. We limit the number of pitchers to 10. We sell out every single time. So with that, we will continue to add or approve pitch applications, and we will continue to send the link out for people to secure those 10 pitcher slots until all 10 have been accounted for. So much like hotel rooms or airline tickets, we don't stop approving pitchers and applications at 10. We will continue to approve them until all the pitcher slots are gone. Because the demand has been so high over the course of the last few micro pitches, we will generally will take 2, maybe 3 alternates and allow them to log into the micro pitch. That way, if someone does not show up for the micro pitch, we can make sure that all 10 pitcher slots are filled, because again, we really want to make sure that everyone that wants the opportunity has the opportunity to participate. When it comes to your pitch, slides are allowed, props, demos, all that stuff. You have 3 minutes. You can do with it as you wish. We'll discuss those best practices at Pitch Perfect. There'll be 3 judges. We'll get into the judges here in a second, but there's 3 judges, 3 minutes, followed with a 2-minute question and answer period. And then the top 3 will advance to the final event on November 8th. And as I mentioned before, attend Pitch Perfect, and we refund you the cost of your pitch ticket. 3 minutes is a pretty standard time. We've narrowed that down, and we've been consistent with 3 minutes. It's like I said, it's pretty standard across the board. Everybody will always complain that 3 minutes is too short. But if you look back at the very first Start Peninsula that we had, it was either 60 seconds or 90 seconds. I can't remember which, but you can pack a lot of information in those 3 minutes. Take advantage of it. Go to Pitch Perfect. We'll teach you everything that you need to know. The 2-minute question and answer period, that is also a timed event as well. And that is geared to teach pitchers how to handle that question and answer period. So the way that works is all 3 judges in one after another, they will ask all 3, they'll each ask a question. As the pitcher, you write down those questions, and then we start the timer. You have 2 minutes to answer all 3 questions, but it teaches you how to be succinct with your answers, and teach you the process of a good question and answer process. So about the judges, we spend a lot of time sourcing those judges. We look at things on multiple levels, but some of the qualities and characteristics that we're looking for is that we want to make sure that they have extensive experience in the angel or the VC space. So we view them as being representative of the sponsoring localities to look at things as an angel investor or as a venture capitalist would view that, and be able to ask the right questions and look at things the right way of, hey, is this thing, is it viable? Is this a solution, or is this solution solving a problem that needs to be solved? They understand the startups and the early stage business mindset. The judges are very well connected. They have a great network of people that oftentimes that they will expand that network. They'll help the judges, or they'll help the participants move forward. And they want to see you succeed. So they understand it, they get it. Those are the people that we're looking for. In addition to that, we are really, really strategic in terms of who the judges are. So as I said, oftentimes the next step is to go through an accelerator. Well, that's why we invite people like the folks from 757 Collab or from Black Brand or other people that are involved in the 757 ecosystem, so that the people that participate in Start Peninsula, you're now on their radar. So when it comes time to applying to these different programs, they already know who you are. They know about your business. It's not a cold application, if you will. So everything is very strategic from that standpoint. The judges may or may not be the same from event to event. Sometimes that's good, sometimes maybe not so good, but it all depends on judges' schedules, what their availability is, and we put a lot of time into the judges. We list all the judges on on our website before the competition, and with links to their LinkedIn profile, so you can do some due diligence, check out who they are before the competition. We do try to even everything out in terms of what vertical do they specialize in? Do they have is it healthcare? Is it tech? Is it a generalist? But we try to have that all well-rounded as well. So we put typically that is the number one critiqued area is the judges, and it's not because the judges aren't capable of doing what it is that they need to do. It's because people are always upset if they don't advance. So that is the easiest thing to critique. So as a result, we do put a lot of time into the judge selection process. And I've mentioned the roadmap briefly, but step one, attend Pitch Perfect. We record the Pitch Perfects. We send you the recordings, just like this recording will be sent to everybody that registered. We recorded the Pitch Perfect. We'll send it to you. That is really going to set you apart. Then you will attend the micro pitch, assuming that you've done both. The likelihood of you advancing to the main event also significantly increases. But that's how to get going from that standpoint. When you get to the championship pitch, that is a total of 12 pitchers on the evening, because we do have 4 micro pitches, the top 3 from each. 4 times 3 is 12. There is no cost to pitch at that point, because you have already gone through the first wicket. So the top 12 pitchers will pitch, just like before. Slides, props, and demos, they're all allowed. It is 5 judges this time instead of 3, but it is the same timeline. It's a 3-minute pitch with the 2-minute question and answer period. The rubric that the judges are using will be the additional criteria that you're going to be evaluated against. And the top 3 pitchers will receive $5,000 and the others will receive $500. So no alternates when it comes to the final pitch or the championship pitch, because you have to be present and you have to pitch to receive the prize money. So we don't really have to worry about people not showing up for the championship event. Everything is handled. We do everything on Zoom. And the reason that so in years past, we weren't able to give as much prize money before because we would do them at physical locations, which was a lot of fun. And there's a lot of aspects that I do miss about that. I miss the relationship networking standpoint, but Zoom, it does reduce a lot of the logistics. It reduces the cost and allows us to give more funding to the people that participate. So we balance everything out, and no one has to deal with traffic and have those kind of headaches either. But everything is held on Zoom. They're all 2 hours. So they're really, really fast paced by design. It keeps everybody on their toes, keeps the judges on their toes, and keeps people from wandering, minds wandering and whatnot. So we have a lot of fun with it. In terms of the 757 regional roadmap, like I said, Start Peninsula is the first stop where you can go ahead and validate your business idea. Next step is typically an accelerator program. And then the whole idea of an accelerator is then to become a more investable company. So hopefully, once you complete the accelerator and you go through their roadshow and their demo days, hopefully you're primed and ready to go to receive some seed or some angel funding so that you can keep your journey moving forward. And as I showed in the beginning slides, we've had 11 companies go on to accelerators and more than $35 million raised. One of the great things, Erica McManus from Instant Teams, she continues to give back, and she's now serves as a great judge from time to time. But yeah, it was 2017 that she participated in Start Peninsula. This was at Williamsburg when we were doing things in person at the Stryker Center, and it was just an idea at that point. And they founded the company in 2016. They participated in Start in 2017. Fast forward to today, they've raised over $15 million in venture capital. They raised 13 million in their Series A, and that was led by Tiger Global. And they are one of the largest venture firms around. So it's amazing to see what they've been able to do, and they now have more than 550 employees. And Erica is very upfront saying that Start Peninsula was the place where she got her start. That was really a life-changing experience for her, and that's what it's all about. Some frequently asked questions that we receive all the time. Some of these I've touched during this presentation here, but does my business need to be a tech business? No, it does not. So as I said, we're looking for companies that are able to, that are challenging the status quo. They're disrupting something. They have the ability to scale both in terms of either people or the amount of revenue that they're able to generate. Hopefully I hit home hard enough about why do I need to pay for my pitch ticket? It is so that you have some skin in the game and that you will show up for the micro pitch competition and not no show, and then therefore preventing someone else from the opportunity to pitch their business. Everything is open to the public, so there's no cost for anyone to join the webinar on Zoom. That has been, we continue to gain a lot of traction from people that do attend. So yeah, you're pitching to 3 judges in the micro pitch, or 5 judges in the championship pitch, but the secondary audience, the people that are viewing, there's a lot of magic there. We've had investors from the New York City area that wanted introductions to companies. We've had potential customers. There's so many people in attendance that watch either live or the replay, that are from our mailing list or just happen to or that watch it on YouTube. It's a great thing for the founders. So really happy how that has continued to move forward. Like I said, you don't. Oh, I'm sorry. Will I need to purchase a pitch ticket if I want to try a second micro pitch event? No. Yes, you will. You will. So say you participate in a micro pitch and it wasn't your night. You didn't make it in the top 3. You got some great feedback from the judges, and you want to take another swing at bat, and you want to participate in the next micro pitch competition. So yeah, you would need to secure another pitch ticket from the next micro pitch event, and then just as before, attend Pitch Perfect, attend the micro pitch, and then the ticket will be refunded. How is the pitching order determined? The way that we do that is the people that secure their pitch ticket first pitch last. So if you're the first person to reserve your ticket, you're going to be pitcher number 10. And if you're the last person to purchase your pitch ticket, then you're going to go first. The way that we work the alternates, if pitcher 5 doesn't show up for whatever reason, then that alternate needs to be ready to go at any with no notice. They will pitch in for fill in for pitcher number 5. I touched on who is in attendance, which is another great, like I said, a great aspect of Start Peninsula and what makes it so special. Will someone steal my idea? very highly unlikely. We do not do NDAs. We do not do, we don't worry about that stuff. I mean, that's just part of the fabric of being an entrepreneur and being in the entrepreneurial community. This is your idea. You have the passion for it. You have the why on what it is that you're doing. And nobody should have, nobody should be able to duplicate the passion that you have for that, or for your idea, or have that secret sauce. You shouldn't be talking about anything that's proprietary in nature during your pitch anyway. This is it's your initial pitch. You're validating your idea. Sure, if things second, third, fourth meetings down the road, talks continue to mature, then that might be an NDA conversation, but we don't do NDAs, and no one's going to steal your idea. What do you get if you win? So like I said, the top 3 in November, they receive $5,000. Places 12 through 4th, they receive $500. All of that funding is distributed after the championship pitch in November. That makes things really easy from the accounting standpoint. Special thanks to the Virginia Peninsula. Well, I guess it's now the Peninsula Chamber of Commerce. They're the fiscal agents for everything, so they distribute the funding for that. Recognizing that we do this in November, we're also really flexible that, hey, you just received $5,000 because you're a winner. And we don't want to have this as have to recognize this as revenue and have it be taxed because it wasn't used wisely before the end of the year. We'll defer the payment until after the start of the new year so that you can use those funds the best way possible. So we get that, we understand that. We're all, as different organizations, we continue to add prizes to the winning package. It can be co-working space, it can be chamber memberships that we've done in the past. Different organizations get to they want to back and support entrepreneurs, so they'll kick in additional prizes for those people that win. I was approved to pitch. Does that guarantee my position to pitch? No, it does not. So like I said, we will continue to approve pitch applications until all pitch tickets are accounted for, and then we cut the sales off. Last look at the ticket counter. 3 of the pitch tickets have already been accounted for, so there's only 7 left for the September event. So do get your applications in and secure your slot before they're gone. Gosh, what was I about to say? Yeah, no, everyone is wired differently. So Andrew and I mean, we were the people that are approved to pitch and haven't secured that pitch ticket. View us as your motivator. We are going to continue to poke and prod and borderline pester you to make sure that you participate. So, and the reason being for that is because some people just need that extra motivation and encouragement. We understand the fact that it's a big step forward, and it's super scary. Not everybody wants to get on the stage, so to speak, the virtual stage, and pitch their business. So looking at the founders from that standpoint, we're going to continue to gently push. And if you don't want to participate and this is not your thing, that send us an email and tell us you're out, and then we'll take you off the list, and we won't continue to encourage you to participate. But just, yeah, that's the mindset for us. We're trying to do you a favor by pushing you in the right direction, more from a motivational standpoint. That rounds everything out for me. I'll open up things the rest of the time for questions for the folks that we have that have joined us today. If not, we'll get this recording turned around so that you can refer back to it. And we'll send the recording out to everybody that registered, and we'll get it posted to the website as well. And if you have any questions, there is my contact information. Feel free to reach out to me. That's our website. Connect with us on the socials, and I look forward to hearing you all pitch, and looking forward to you being involved. Hopefully you'll be a success story that we can talk about in the years to come. And while we're waiting for any questions that may come in, did I leave anything out? Anything else that I should touch on?
No, I think you hit on everything great. Just, 7 tickets left for the micro pitch, 3, and those go quick. So if you're thinking about pitching, now's your time to get approved and go ahead and secure that ticket, and get a better spot in line to pitch.
Yeah, I guess the last thing to add on to that, for micro pitch 1, we were sold out of micro pitch tickets were done and accounted for before Pitch Perfect ended. So that was 2 weeks before the actual event. So super cool to see the momentum that we have. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate it. And thanks for all the support that you give us. All right, well, if there's not any other questions, we can go ahead and wrap this up. We can